and we used to tweak together, man. And he turned Christian. He's doing good, man. He's great. He's doing real good. And he was like, "Hey, dog, you remember that one time we were all tweaked out?" He told me that I guess we were on speed, and we were like a kickback. You know, kickback where girls do it with you, but people got money, so they're drinking. And he says that I was so tweaked out that if you know me, I grew myself a lot. He said that I was cutting my toenails in the living room. And in my head, I was going, fuck, dog, I was lost. You know what I mean?
Like you in a bar cutting your fingernails?
No, I was at a party cutting my toenails in the living room where everyone was tweaking.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's the fucking... That beats Felipe's ordering spoons from room service.
Dog.
That was... Tweaking is possibly to me now one of the biggest embarrassments.
Thank you. I feel the same
of
way.
My life.
Yeah.
What's tweaking?
Okay, so right now, me, you, George, my friend here, the beautiful Miss Melissa.
Samantha,
Melissa, what the fuck, Samantha. Right now, George shows up and he brings he has a quarter ounce of coke in his pocket for sale, but he's got 3.5 grams, and because we're his friends, it's 11 o'clock right now, 10 o'clock, he takes out a few lines and we do a few lines. And we got the refrigerator filled with beer.
Hell yeah.
It's 10:43, whatever the fuck it is. 9:43, right? Was it 10:03? Now right here we're friends. Paul is waiting for you. You got plans tomorrow at 9 a.m., you got the gym at 12. You got another podcast tomorrow at 3. George has got an audition tomorrow at 2. I have the baby tomorrow at 9. It doesn't matter. George comes in, takes out a few lines. We do them. We drink a beer. He puts out 3 more lines out. We do that. We drink a beer. All of a sudden, we look at each other and go, George, no more. But you're like, come on, what the fuck? I drove all the way from Orange County. We do another line of coke, and now, Lee, we're chatting. And next thing you know, we look at the clock. It's 2 o'clock, but there's 6 more lines of coke there. And he just took out that little hostage he was holding in his pocket. And he's not going to charge us for us, Lee. We're family. He's got 7 grams, and it's 2 big rocks, 1 big brother and 1 little cousin. He knows in the back of his mind that Samantha wants that little rock. That's how they're going to rock and roll later on. So that goes in the side pocket, a little stash in his top little pocket up on top with a couple Xanaxes he has in there. He probably has like an extra 10 Xanax in his pocket because that's how George runs.
In the collar, dog.
In the collar, right? So next thing you know, Lee, it's 6 in the morning. We have 10 beers left. There was 2 cases in there and that nobody's touched for a month. Mm-hmm. There's 10 beers left. You're figuring out how to get beer right now on the computer.
Paula's blowing you up.
The only way we fucking open that door is for you to pee. Beside that, this room is filled with cigarette smoke.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? I mean, it's just a horrible thing. And next thing you know, it's 9 in the morning, and he still has half that rock in his pocket. When we're not going nowhere. People are working around us. The sun is out. The birds are chirping. Cars are pulling up. Terry's calling me. God knows. Paul is calling you. Your mom is calling you. She wants to ask you a question. It's 10 o'clock. And now your shirt is off. You're filled with sweat. You've been smoking cigarettes even though you don't smoke. And you're looking out windows because you thought there was a cop out there. When you went to pee, there was a midget looking through the peephole. That's a complete different one. That's the beginnings of it, Lee.
That's only the beginning of it?
That's the beginning of the party.
The beginning of it.
Then after about a year of that, you get to the point when George comes over now and he does a line of coke. The first thing you do is get up and lock the door. And then you check the windows. And then pretty soon you'll tell me you got to install a security camera outside. And you'll sit in here at night with the camera on, watching, doing coke with your pants down, watching you porn at the same time. Jerking off and watching the security camera and jerking off. You're sweating. You're drinking beer. That's called tweaking.
I have this apartment in my complex who their windows are, I don't know what they use, but it looks like they just took wrapping paper and just went from wall to wall. They just...
Like the black wrapping paper?
Something like that. They just taped it. They just papered up their windows. What are they doing in there?
God knows.
Jesus, I want to know so bad.
God knows. But they could just be people who don't like sunlight. Yeah. Somebody sleeps in there. It could be that. But it becomes such a horrible feeling, Lee, when it's 7 in the morning, your day is ruined, and now you got to stop. And guess what? You're not stopping until that last rock is gone.
Yeah, you got to keep alive.
And you've already gone through 4 hours of hiding. There comes a point where, like one night I got together with this buddy of mine, and I brought an ounce in there. Beautiful cocaine. It still cuts me like a knife. George, it was shiny. It was $1,800 an ounce at that time.
Damn.
In Colorado. My deal was to pull an 8-ball out and throw 10 grams in and sell it for $100 a piece and leave rocks in there.
Yeah.
You know, I would grind it up, but I'd leave rocks in there, so $100 gram is $100 gram, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the powder was even good. And me and this knucklehead and my ex-wife go in there. And when I pull in, I'm not high. Swear to fucking everything up. I'm not high, George. But when I pull in there, I get out of the car, and I knew there were people were talking to me about trying to. I look up and I see one of the curtains open and close, like the little things.
Yeah.
And that stays in the back of your mind.
Straight up.
It's so weird that night as I was driving up there, I saw a cop double park. Didn't affect me. But that stays in the back of your mind, Lee.
The window.
First the car, then the window. So we both went in. We're laughing. His girlfriend was there. We're giggling. We take out this beautiful ounce. We're giggling. We had this living room situation. There was a bathroom, and then there was his bedroom. And we started up, and that's where our safe was. Me and him shared that safe. So I'd put my coke up there at that time, and then I moved it to a different safe because they knew, especially after that night. So we went in there. All 4 of us, we're drinking, giggling. I whip out the ounce LaRue. We do 2, 3, 4 lines. This is one of the worst things ever. Next thing you know, me and this kid start going nuts. You know, we're working the fucking shades.
Wow.
And he's from the South. He's from North Carolina. And he's like, man, there's somebody out there. And now I'm out there, you know.
Yeah.
And now, in my world, if they're going to kick the door down, this coke can't be here. So either we got to snort this fucking soldier or we got to fucking throw it away. Well, guess what? You know me, dog. I started snorting that thing, Lee, in lines that would kill a mule. And your heart starts fucking beating and you get more paranoid. And I'm looking around, I'm hallucinating. And I remember, I'll never forget, at one point in the night, there's still a beautiful rock left and like fucking 3 grams of powder. And he yells, because between the 4 of us, the coke was so strong. You could not. Yeah. Nobody could do it. And I was doing 1/4 gram lines and still not killing this mule. Face was going. I'm hallucinating, right? Like I'm seeing things. Yeah. And all of a sudden this motherfucker yells, they got a dog. Dog, I run. I take that fucking coke. I open up that toilet. I throw that rock in there. I wash that thing and I flush that toilet. I wait for it to come up. I clean it off again. Uh-huh. And that was it. Now we're fucking high and nobody's kicking in the door.
Yeah, there's not even a dog.
After an hour of us sweating, now we want the coke. There's no coke. We're on our hands and knees getting little crumbles from the fucking floor. Stick them in your nose, looking at each other.
OG carpet.
And I'll never forget the sun coming up. And us finally opening up the door. That dog was a fire hydrant.
Oh, my God.
It was a fire hydrant, but we were both so high, we hallucinated. It was a dog. Where's Tony Bennett, dog?